they shouldn't report that, but Mason Gammon has the first 3-second time penalty of the race. As Elite Race, more importantly, is out of the DRS range currently of Owen, as Owen is clearly struggling to keep pace with the Ferrari. We've mentioned that Elite Race hasn't got a win yet in the season, however he is well on course to be doing that. He's currently breaking out of DRS of the McLaren. He's currently got 1.1 second advantage. Are we live, or I hope we are?
I think we are.
Okay.
Yeah, we are back.
Okay.
Hopefully that has now fixed.
Yeah. Literally, Danny also makes a pretty penalty, but like we said more crucially, Owen's out of the DRS over the race, and the Ferrari's going to be looking to pull away, as it's also a really more battery, or Owen had actually used more battery to try and keep up with Elite Race, so very well done by the Ferrari. And Connor's got a lot more battery, he's going to maybe get a lot of slipstream, but it's currently got about a 30% battery advantage than the car in front of him, and he moves down to turn 1.
Ooh, a bit of a move for P9 as well. Danny D has just got past Bennett.
Yeah.
He's lost 3 positions at the start so far, so it's not a good start from Bennett in the Aston Martin. I believe we are back. We had a few technical gremlins going on, but hopefully they are now fixed. As we're going to get back on with this race, as Owen and Connor look at having a little bit of battle for P2.
They are. I've just noticed that.
They are. Battle for P2 between Owen and Connor, and Owen's just about to hold on, but he hasn't got much battery to defend against the Alpine.
Yeah, and this is just allowing the Ferrari of a late race to have a comfortable advantage, and I'm sure he's laughing at that cockpit of this good rear Ferrari. It's been the spinner, it's bad onto it now for Romeo. What cost a teammate of mine in this?
Who's that?
It's Otto. Down P4.
Otto, yes.
It's down to P4, just in front of his, just behind the injury, and LP Smoke is standing for some low penalty. That's 6 seconds for him so far. As LP very comfortable in Aston Martin, and he's a front wing. Looking at him. So
he needs a new.
That's fast coming in massively, as we might see him move down for P2. I was struggling on battery, and it's clearly showing. Let's see if Connor goes down the inside. So what he certainly does, he's alongside the McLaren. Owen turns in, just about enough room. Very respectful there from the 2 drivers. And Connor just ahead. Also, the nature of Mexico can get their rest, but also Sen is going to go past McLaren. Owen's really struggling. He's also blocking Alfie, a bit naughty there from the McLaren driver, but he's losing positions left, right, and centre. And attacking AlphaTauri. It's the inside line now for Tax, and then Andrew. Let's see who comes out on top between him and AlphaTauri, pushing him into the curb. Again, a ref moment, but I think it's not fair. And Alpha stays in P, but Sam crucially getting in front of Owen. He's got the back of Colin now.
He's just holding on when he did lose a few positions on the straight to Connor and Sen, so he's not going to be happy about that one. That's why probably aggressive here. He defended pretty aggressively, but yeah, Elite Risk is cruising out in front. Behind him is Morgan's penalty for track limits. 3 seconds between the top 2. I've seen someone what happened with the clock. I think he had an incident. Paul on the open lap, so I had a very behind back after this incident. Let's see if we've got any moves going out to tell. We're going to have a go on Connor. Back up, it's P2. So I'm having a bit of a recovery drive after the first lap. He dropped down to I think P4 or P6 in the end it was. So
there's also Alfie gets past Owen, win also. And
P4 goes Alfie.
Yep. Get DRS, got both of DRS actually. Let's see if Owen can try and re-overtake, but he's really struggling with battery here. And so is Alfie, they both have low battery. And something to know about this track, saving DRS is very difficult, so once you use it, you have to use it wisely. And struggling for a lot of this race due to batteries. Run wide for a double right-hander, that might allow basic admin to go number 1 to the invitation for P5. Let's see what Mercedes driver can do. He is currently in the lead Mercedes, of course. Ellis is coming down the P14, so flag for Brackley team. As Luxury Danny picks up another penalty, that's 9 seconds for him. We're only on lap 6, so that's unfortunate for him. He's going to be really struggling towards the end of the race, depending on how many penalties he gets. But let's see if any moves will be down to turn 1. If I were to have a guess, it would be Mason Gammon on Owen, because of the battery advantage and the how much that gains you down this back straight. Let's see, as SLR 7 has the fastest lap, he needs to gain a lot as Connor is staying with him. He might even try and re-overtake the Williams for P2. He got the overspeed and he is indeed going to make a move for P2, so they're going to swap and they might even work together here to try and catch up to the Ferrari, who's currently 3 seconds out in front. He is also struggling with battery, I've just noticed. It's only on 14%, so Elite Risk not exactly cruising out in front. As Alfie's run wide there. Might allow Owen the invitation, but think he's going to be fine for now.
Sam has also saved his battery, by the way. Sam has got a lot of battery left, so he could really close it. Like you said, maybe Connor and Sam working together to catch up to Elite Risk and maybe try and win the race. Alfie also maybe closing up to his queue a little bit. He's 1.6 behind Sam. But if the two ahead keep battling, then it's only going to help Adrian set to pass his lap.
He hits the back of his teammate. Not whether he got damage there, but I think it's okay. As Owen picks up a penalty, and I think Mason Gammon just did as well. Sam picked up a penalty, so the penalties are flying.
I mentioned in qualifying, it's hard to follow cars, and it's been proved there. Penalties coming in.
Yeah, so Ellis also just picked up, and he is currently down to P, and he's got the championship lead at LP Smoke right behind him. I'm sure he's going to be looking to get onto the back of his. The main is led back to Predators, knows Modi in P13. That's the main train at the moment. Let's see if there's going to be any moves.
Liam is closing for Mason Gammon. He has got more battery than the Mercedes. Would go
and
on
for P4,
Mercedes.
P4 as well. I was going to go down the inside. He actually gets the move cleanly for P4. However, Alfie's right in the back of that rear diffuser of that McLaren. Let's see whether Alan can re-challenge. Alfie, can re-challenge. But Owen does have the arrest as playing straight, which as Morgan's left the session, I'll try and get him back. He just got overtaken by Predators. I'll see if I can get him back from the carry on.
Yeah, I see overtake with Moley and Morgan going down for 12th place at the moment because of obviously Morgan just disconnected, so Moley now with P12, so hopefully Morgan can get back into the session after, probably a connection issue there. Riss's gap is closing up in front. You mentioned the battery for the Ferrari driver, it's on 20%. Connor and Sam are closing because of the battery issue,
so
and the flag at the back. Balotta has spun. So his race is getting even worse now for the Alfa Romeo driver. 27% battery for Elite Risk, 51 for Connor, and 79 for Sam. So there are stacks on battery and can start to close up on the race leader now. As we are seeing people pit, Alfie's coming in, and Mason Gammon is coming to the pit lane on lap 9. Let's see what they're coming in for. Is it going to be softs? Is it going to be mediums? It is going to be mediums for both drivers, I believe. Yes, it is.
Yeah, I don't know if Morgan's come back yet, but I have sent him to it, so hopefully he'll come back very shortly, as he is currently in P11, but of course not in session at the moment. But his AI is actually keeping up with Moley, so I mean his AI isn't doing too bad at the moment. So
indeed it is. I'm keeping an eye on Sem currently. Connor's just made a little bit of a mistake there, so Sem has now caught back up a little bit on, so we could have taken P2. Everybody in communication with each other, helping each other to get closer to Elite Risk. So let's see if Sem can maybe get past Connor, or is he just going to wait behind and maybe help close up to Elite Risk. You can see how much time he lost through the SS section following Connor through there. We saw a few penalties ago with cars trying to follow through there, and Owen's losing quite a lot of time behind Sem. Battery is not helping him. Liam is now going to close up on him as well. Are we going to see any more overtakes going on the main straight? We will see. Sem has got a better exit than Connor. Connor's going to pit. Sem is going to stay out one more lap. So is the undercut for Connor maybe going to work to close it to Elite Risk? We will see. Connor, let's see if he goes for the soft or the mediums. We've got a few other drivers coming as well. Owen has came in. Liam has also came in. Connor has gone for the mediums. And Liam has actually gone for the hards. I'm not sure if that was
I think it's on the one stop. I think the one... No, I'll be honest, on the one stop is very... they're all basically... There's a lot of strategies around Mexico, and doing the one stop is one of them. So I don't think Lee has made the strategy blundered there. I think he is just going for the one stop. Although, traditionally the two stop has been faster. Let's see if that can work for Lee. Of course, Hearts is the right choice of tyre. If it's my division last week, I didn't mean to go, but less said about that, the better. So let's see what Owen can do on the, or Liam can do on the right white stripped hard tyres. There's been a move.
Mason Gammon, Vapicoot, and the outside. Good move from Mason Gammon after just pitting. Vapicoot pit earlier on. He's going to let his teammate Owen through. A strategic call from McLaren there. Owen through to maybe catch. And is Elite Risk going to come in the end of this lap? Let's go back to the front of the pack. He is going to come in as the race leader. Let's see if Sem follows him in. He does follow him in. So the top two currently on track are coming in. Let's see where they come out compared to Connor then. Connor currently 11th, 4th off smoke at the moment. We're right on board with Connor as he comes through the stadium section, round in the final corner now. They have both gone on. Oh no, Senna's gone on to the mediums. Elite Risk has gone to the softs, so we might be doing a soft medium for this race. We will see. Connor crosses the pit lane line now, gets ahead of Sen, but where's Elite Risk? He's a second and a half ahead of Connor. Maybe even not even that. Going to be just over a second, but Elite Risk will be quicker at the start of this because he's on the fresh soft. The benefit of going on the mediums now is you should get the softs at the end of the Grand Prix. So we will see what this strategy if this strategy works out for Elite Risk, going on the different strategy compared to he's got his teammate in front of him who currently still yet to rejoin the session, so he should be able to get past him pretty easily. Currently Bennett is leading the race, yet to pit. Fred's P2 on the mediums, yet to pit, and LP Smoke P3 yet to pit. The top 5 yet to pit in this.
No, it's literally down. He's got 20 seconds worth of penalties on lap 11. Just saying. So, yeah, he is quite struggling for penalties. He's on 20 seconds already. So.
He really is. Really struggling, like I said, with track limits. It is a pretty harsh track with track limits. Mason Gammon getting out of the way of SLR Liam there. I'm not sure if he just made a little bit of a mistake actually.
Liam's got a penalty.
Oh, that's happened to Mason Gammon. He's going slow. Mason Gammon's going.
He is. I don't know why. Doesn't seem to be a massive indication to why he's pulling into the pits. I think the AI might be paused.
I'm not sure. Let's see.
That's strange.
He's boxing. Yeah, he's retired from the session. So maybe he's got a wheel issue or something.
He's got wing damage. He has got wing damage because AI is changing his wing in the pits. So
maybe there might have been contact.
Yeah, maybe if his day is done, he can't move anymore. So.
And Danny D maybe going to close up to his teammate SLR Liam. The two Red Bulls hoping to work together. Let's just say the battle ahead though of Alfie. So that might be crucial in this race. Danny D going to clear. He is a little bit. Enough to make an overtake. Let's see how Elite Risk is doing. Championship leader Smoke. Fresh softs in this 11 lap old mediums. There's only really one winner with that. Elite Risk is going to get DRS on Smoke. He's going to have a go here. He needs to get past him quickly, whereas Connor is going to catch up and maybe get DRS. We will see. Through the stadium section they go now. We're going to run a ball with Connor though, so he might have a prime view of this overtake if it happens. He is going to get DRS though, is Connor. He's only 8/10 away from Elite Risk. As Bennett has now came in on those 12 lap old softs. So it'll be interesting to see what he goes on the medium compound tyre. Elite Risk, an easy pass on Smoke now to P2. But Connor is also going to get DRS for this straight and not only the next straight. Elite Risk goes a DRS detection point. It's just before the second to last corner, and that controls the DRS on the main straight.
In the meanwhile, Alfie and Owen battling for the 576th time as Alfie gets past Alfie gets past Owen, on this particular occasion. There's a slight bit of contact, but it should be fine. There's a yellow that's sort of out the final corner. He's going to pull in the pits.
Oh, he's lost his front wing.
Yeah.
Lost his front wing at the final corner, and we've just for P4 as well. I've just seen on the timing board. Sen has now just got Smoke, and at least he's just got past Preds in the Haas, who's yet to pit. Connor is going to need to get past the Haas as well when he can, and the Haas on the 12 lap old mediums very, very slowly through there compared to Connor. So he's got to get past him quickly if he wants to continue his charge for the lead of the race on Elite Risk.
As SLR Bennett is going to make a move with Vapaku. He's made his first pitch stop a lap ago, and Vapaku very generously letting Alan and Bennett through there. So very good manners from McLaren. They didn't have that. But clearly he felt his race would be quicker if he'd let those faster cars go through. So Bennett, he made his first pitch stop I think 2 laps ago, or a lap ago. He's been making a charge for the field. He hasn't got a penalty yet, unlike some of his competitors. So
Connor.
Yeah,
sorry, Connor has just made a move for P2 past Preds. Preds, like I said, yet to pit. Sem is probably about to make a move on Preds as well. Back into P3 of the race now. I think Alan has just got back past Bennett.
Yes, he has.
For P10. Sem now going to go down the inside of the Hasses. Pred's going to maybe hang on, or is he not going to fight it all? Doesn't look like he's going to fight it. He doesn't need to. It's not his race. Sem now back up into P3 on track and just behind SLR Connor as well. He's on 1 lap newer tyres than Connor is, Sem, so that might maybe benefit him maybe a bit later on. I've just seen Connor's just gone a little bit deep there going into the S's section, and Sem has closed up a little bit. So we're going to keep on board with this little battle to see if Sem can catch up anymore. Because we might see a battle for a move for P2 then, going on the main straight as Owen has just picked up a penalty for track limits. Looking down in P7, but I believe P5 after everyone else's pit.
Yes, it is.
So it's Sem move then with DRS. He's going to have in a few seconds time. DRS open now for Sem. He's going to use his battery. He's going to use the DRS. He hasn't got much battery though. That's the issue. Should be able to get past Connor. That's going to be very close. Connor is going to fight that one.
I must say, although Elite Risk course out in front, a 2.3 second gap isn't really enough considering these guys will go on to softs at the end. So I think Elite Risk will. I like that gap to be a lot bigger than what it currently is, or at least from what I can see. The gap Elite Risk probably wants around sort of 5-6 seconds, or at least at this point anyway. I know Sam has a penalty, which is very powerful compared to mediums. Especially at the start of the stints. So I think Elite Risk will want to gap a little bit as the laps go on.
Another thing that's interesting as well, Connor hasn't got DRS on Sen here, so Sen has already pulled a second gap. That's very interesting from William. So Sen's pace clearly a lot quicker than Connor here as it stands, and he looks to be closing in a bit. Oh, and Smoke's got a penalty for track limits, but Sen's got on that inside curve quite a bit, so I wonder if he did get a warning for that. So I'm not sure how many he's on, but he could be very close to another penalty. Bennett, though, hasn't picked up any penalties so far in this race. Allen is just ahead of him. Preds has now pit to get off those medium tyres, even laps on them. Bennett across the line. He's going to have DRS. He's got quite a lot of back. Who's just made a move on Smoke, who is yet to pit. The only one yet to not to pit yet in this race. Bennett, the right-hand side of Allen, takes P9 now. The Aston Martin driver.
I must say, just looking at the back, SLR Liam isn't in a bad position right now. He's getting the DRS of his teammate currently on his hard compound tyres. So SLR Liam's getting dragged along. In the meanwhile, he gets past Smoke, although Smoke's on a different strategy. But I say at this stage, Liam isn't a bad shout for a good result here. I know he's on hard, so he's going to get caught massively. But it's only 13 seconds behind Elite Risk right now, and the pit stop's around 20 seconds, right? Well, you know, around sort of 19-20 seconds around this track. So SLR Liam's not actually in a bad position right now. Although he has got penalties, but I'm sure at some point everyone will around the circuit. So I'll keep an eye out for Liam, because I think he's going to be an interesting one, like a spanner in the works type driver at the moment. So I think that's going to be one to look out for. As there might be a move going down to turn 1, let's see. Well, it won't be for P2 or 3, but I think Alfie's slightly putting a gap to Owen now, although those two have been knocked together for most of the race. I do think that Alfie is now starting to stretch the gap, and actually Owen doesn't have DRS anymore.
Still running by with Liam. I mentioned Liam about the pit stop. He is because he happens to use pit for the hards. His gap to the leaders only 13 seconds. He has penalties. He generally could be a contender for. I know everyone else is going to have softs and be a lot quicker. Liam is pretty decent paid. Down Peter at the moment, respect. But like you said, being pulled on by his teammate, he's got a very strong chance. But going back to the front, 2.9 second gap now. Elite Risk.
Was Connor penalty?
His first penalty of the race.
Yeah.
So not good from Connor there. Pick up a penalty. Everyone does. Track limits is very harsh around here. But one man who's yet to penalty is race leader Elite Risk, who's about to start lap 18 of the race. And we're about to reach the halfway point of the race now.
Also, something I want to say about Liam is that because he's been dragged along by his teammate, that allows him to save battery as well. He's not having to push to keep the pack. He's able to save battery and also keeping DRS. So that's another thing. He's also got like 60% battery. His Alan gives him a penalty. So yeah, I can keep an eye on Liam to see how his progress goes in this race.
Definitely. Let's keep an eye on his teammate though at the moment. Yeah. He's got Smoke ahead of him. He's still yet to pit. He's also got DRS. From the Aston Martin driver, so he can close up to Owen, who is the net car ahead
as
when Smoke pits.
Who comes in the pits for a second pit stop, I believe, or I think it's the second stop.
Yeah, I think he's the first. He might be the car to pit for his scheduled second stop anyway. But yeah, Danny D closing up a little bit on Smoke now. Oh, they're both locked up a little bit. But I do wonder when Smoke is going to pick, because he's gone. Is Smoke going for a one-stop, a mid maybe?
I think that must be what he's trying. If he's staying up this slot, it's the only option really. Because there's nowhere in his race. So, and Smoke's starting last. I think he's got nothing to lose. So, it's worth a try. I must say, both Aston Martins are struggling in this race. I mean, if Bennett have that might help him, but yeah. This definitely is a good day for Riss and Connor in terms of the championship at the moment. Them being in first and third respectively, I must say.
Just going to shut Sem back within 3 seconds on a slower tyre. He's just outside of the 3-second gap, but he just seems to be nearly the quicker man on those medium compound
also,
tyres.
I did
So maybe dropping off a little bit.
Predators going down the inside of a BMS Ellis into the stadium section. Very bold move, Max Verstappen-esque from the hash driver. They're going side by side through the final corner, and Danny, I believe, is making the move on Smoke as well, down to turn 1. So we've also just seen Sam picked up a penalty, or at least another one. As Predators now is still going side by side, and he has DRS, so that's good enough for the end of the Predators. And Ellis is now up to P12, and he's going to be chasing down Oli, who has 1 lap pressure tyres down and his fastest lap. Unfortunately, he is in P16 as it currently stands. So.
Excuse me. In the middle of that, we saw Smoke and legendary Danny D having a quick battle. Look how much time Danny D is losing through the SS section. I don't think he's got damage. It's just the dirty air following the car ahead to the corner. He's got DRS, only just though. But Liam has now started to close up quite a bit. Yeah, you mentioned a penalty again for track limits. Let's have a look at penalties now. Sammy's on 6. Connor and Alfie on 3. Owen on 6, as well as Smoke. Danny D has got the most with 20 at the moment. He hasn't got any pretty recently, but we saw earlier on he was on 20. Down a little bit with track limits. But Sammy's now back within 3 seconds of Elite Risk now. So maybe the tyres are starting to go for Elite Risk now.
As the bit in
Let's
the
go back
middle,
with Danny D.
yeah, he's going to just make a move reaching the return. Liam's got more battery of everyone. Although he's burnt a bit to try and get past both. I think Liam might be getting impatient now. People are sitting behind, but now I think he's got to make the initiative and make some moves. As Predators and Murdy are also battling, I believe. As Murdy's now lost 2 positions to Ellis, so that's good battling in the midfield, I must say. There's also Liam and Smoke are now going.
Smoke and Liam.
As
I cut off that at the wrong time. Liam getting past Smoke and lets his teammate Bennett immediately through there as soon as he can. I think we saw, as you said, Moley and Preds having a bit of a battle. Preds on the front pound tyre, so obviously he will be a lot quicker. I think Preds is going to have a go on Ellis as well anytime soon. For P11, just outside the points.
Or as Bennett goes 20 now, and also Alton. I mean, that's now puts them on 6. Also picks up another penalty as the penalty starting to fly in at this mid-stage. Actually, we're on lap 21 already. This race is flying by.
Yeah, it definitely has. Yeah, the race has gone very quickly. That's right. Yeah, he's the only driver inside the top 10 to not have a penalty now after Elite Risk did pick one up as well. He's going to have DRS off SLR Liam, who's currently on a hard. He should be quicker, but doesn't need to pit really. Excuse me, doesn't need to pit.
Come on, Corey.
For the remainder of this race. My words can't get out.
Yeah.
So head completely gone on lap 21. Bennett now up to P7 of legendary Danny D. I think Preds and Ellis will battle. Preds now up to P11 on a fresh soft compound tyre.
Soldier Clock has got a good penalty, but unfortunately he is now going to be a lap down, I believe, or maybe already is. Unfortunately, getting close to being a lap down at least. Unfortunately for the hash driver. As the Elite Risk gap to 7 stayed stable at 2 seconds.
Alfie!
Is it going to be a safety car? It is indeed.
Full safety car. In then, go back to the front. That's a big crash from Alfie then at the start of the SS. Sorry, in the middle of the SS section. Is Elite Risk going to come in? It's a no-brainer to pit. So Elite Risk coming in, Sem coming in, Connor coming in.
I think everyone's going to come in.
Maybe Liam's gamble. Liam's not going to be happy with that safety car because his gamble might not pay off now. But he can whack on a fresh set of softs. Who's that? That is Elite Risk whacking on the medium.
Yes.
Danny D.
Yeah, I think
Bennett pits.
I think Risk has to go on the mediums. To be honest,
has no choice. Yes, everyone's going for the mediums. And they're like Liam pits, Smoke. This has helped Smoke in this race as well massively.
Hands.
He may have to wait a little bit for his teammate. The championship leader Smoke is going to box for a fresh set of softs. I've just seen. He didn't have to wait long. So that's a brilliant double start from Aston Martin. I've just seen. Fantastic. Smoke whacks on the soft, so he thinks he can do 14 laps. It will only really be 13 or 12 after because they're not going to go that quick behind the safety car.
Yeah.
Preds pits for a fresh set of mediums.
And such a clock obviously would just about manage to escape being lapped down, so he's got to catch up as well. just about managed save his race, I suppose. So he can catch up to the back of the pack and have a chance of fighting for points. So, and that's not going to help Legendary Danny because at least for the 20 seconds the field was slightly spread out. Now with everyone being bunched up again, I'd say points for him. Unfortunately, it doesn't look very likely. And yeah, I think the safety cars what this race needed. I'll be honest. It was going a bit, a little bit dry. We sort of waiting for the pit stops to happen, but now this has spiced everything up. With the field being so close.
It definitely has. But the only driver that is not on the medium compound tyre is championship leader Smoke. So can he take those softs to the end? Are the mediums going to get quicker towards the end of this race? It's going to be something we're going to find out very soon when the safety car comes in. It won't be. I don't think it's going to be lap 23 because we need Clock to catch up and he's in the pit lane currently. So I think lap 24 the safety car will come in.
Yeah, but that is risky for Clock because if he goes a lap down, then the safety car will definitely come in. It's not going to wait for him, so he's got to. He's got
softs.
Yeah, he's got to get a bit of a shift on though. He can't afford to go behind the safety car, and this might be interesting.
He's got quite a bit of a gap to fly now and catch up to the queue.
Yeah, I think he is just about fine. So, and also, championship contender, and obviously Smoke's teammate Bender hasn't got penalties against him. We're less penalties than everyone else, but they're definitely less warnings, I suppose. So, Ben has got a very good shout at being right at the front, or at least as it stands. We don't put any commentators cursing him, like we have done for most of the drivers in this race. But
exactly, and for not even our own race. So
exactly, like for our own race. Yeah, that's how good we are commentating cursing. We're not even involved, and we still commentators curse. That's how talented we are. But what's happened?
Just unpaused his game. Oh, what's happened to Owen?
Oh no, Owen!
What's happened here? I saw Owen in AI mode.
Yeah.
And what has happened to Owen here? He was in P4. He lagged behind Bennett, and then went straight down the inside of Connor. I think Connor has just absolutely booed himself with that. But thankfully, nothing big happened from that. So Owen looking to get away with one there.
That was hard mouse moment. Now I think I saw just the end of it, but I didn't see the believe what happened. So yeah, I think because this race is now digitalised, everyone's on the same age tyres. This is going to really show who has the better race pace. Because everyone's on different strategies, but now everyone's on the same strategy apart from Smoke. But definitely staying out on this. I think he did. He done all of the race on the medium so far. Getting the safety car that he needs. So I will say though the soft delta does deteriorate quite a bit towards the end. So Spoke needs to make his moves very quickly, even if he doesn't, or at least get some free positions early, because otherwise he's going to be really struggling towards the back end of the race, regardless of penalties. Also penalties is going to be a major factor in this race as well.
Definitely is. So we've got 12, we're going to have probably 12 laps left of the race when the safety car comes in, and it's still very easy to get a penalty. I think Adrian's now carrying to the pit lane, probably whack on a fresh set of softs. We need Clock to catch up. We should catch up at the end of next lap, and so Adrian whacking on a fresh set of softs as well. So we've got 3 cars on the softs now, so it's going to be interesting to see. Smoke, championship leader. Adrian and Clock, we're going for the softs to the end of this race. They should have a fresh set of softs. Since they didn't use them in qualifying after getting knocked out earlier on.
Exactly.
So that's really going to help them.
Yep. So I wouldn't like to pick a winner at the moment. I think if the race is wide open, I'll be honest. I don't want to pick who's going to win this race because that almost certainly won't happen because the drama is going to be crazy as what it usually is. So we've got.
Morgan back in the session, by the way. I don't think he is. His car is still ghosted.
I haven't.
He's only P13.
I've invited him a couple of times now. I don't think he is joining. I've checked Discord. He's not messaged to me or anything. So I have tried, but unfortunately, Morgan doesn't seem to be reconnecting. Unfortunately. So.
Unfortunately for Morgan, though, in the Ferrari, but his teammate, Luke Riss, is in the lead, and he's going to take us away and get back to green flag because safety car is coming at the end of this lap. Clock should just catch up when they get into the baseball stadium section. Elite Riss is going to control the pace now when we go back to green flag racing here. Give me one moment. There we go. So yeah, we're about to go back to green flag. Is he going to go? Elite Riss has now gone. going to go back to green flag now. Sem behind him, Connor behind him as well. And are we going to see any moves going down to turn 1 now? We're going to keep an eye on the time board to see if any of the gaps close up. The clock did just about catch up at the back. And we can see any moves going down to turn 1.
I think everyone's taking formation at turn 1 at the moment. From what I can see, everyone getting a similar sort of straight line speed. So,
Balotta isn't though.
Oh,
Vapaku's got a bit deep. Balotta, is he going to have a go on Vapaku, the P14? He is. He's got the inside line, left corner. Vapaku's got the outside. Can he hold on to it? Balotta, P14 as it stands. Is Vapaku going to send it down the inside though? He has a half a look, and he isn't. He's going to hold on to 15. Balotta up to 14th place there.
Ages to look for a move or slight contact there as able to on the back of the field on fresh softs. As there's been a yellow flag, that is Sem, I believe. Sem is in the wall, and he is very much out of contention for the win now. That's really unfortunate for the Indians driver. Looking so comfortable, he's now got a 10-second penalty for cutting the track, and I'm sure he is very frustrated on left front wing, and he is definitely getting out of contention for this race. Or are you still there? As I've got connection issues with Sam, unfortunately. I'm not sure where he's gone, so I can't hear him. But Elite Risk getting a 1.6 seconds gap advantage now. SLR has also got another gap.
My controller batteries died at the worst time.
So Sam's race has gone from cruise control to disaster. He's now out of the session. The pole sitter, of course, by over half a second, is now out of this race after spinning in the S section. And Balotta just get with his AI there.
Yep, Balotta up to P12 now, behind his teammate. SF1 Moley had to sprint for batteries there because I didn't realise my controller was low. It didn't alert me. So, worst time the batteries to die because we were just one on board with smoke for that whole thing. But yeah, Elite Risk has pulled a 2-second gap to SLR Connor. Apologies if we've already mentioned that. Vapaku has just got past SLR Morgan's AI now. But Owen has now been promoted to P3 from McLaren. As well.
Bennett looks good, I'll be honest, for penalties at the moment. Bennett looks to be, and he's got good battery as well. If he can catch up to the DRS of Owen, he'll be, although he has got Legend Danny and Smoke right behind him, There's still that caveat of Smoke being on the fresh softs, as Danny with 20 seconds is just looking to pause the action, I guess. There isn't getting any reason to turn 1. He's not at the front of the field. Let's see if there's further down. Doesn't seem like it for the moment.
I would say the two Aston Martins will work together, but they can't really. They're both championship rivals. They can't really help each other out too much because it could cost one another the championship. Smoke's on an absolute charge from the back of the grid, 20th, up to 6th so far on the fresh sauce. He's currently catching up to legendary Danny D on the Red Bull. And then he's got his teammate, his championship rival, SLR Bennett ahead with no penalties. Could really help Bennett in this race. He will finish P2, I believe, as it stands. But still a long way to go in this race. 9 laps to go now. With Elite Risk still leading. The gap's now below 2 seconds.
As Danny gets caught on the curb in the middle sector. Let's see if Smoke can take advantage of that. I would love to think he has. Such a clock this penalty down in P14, but Smoke closer to the DRS, they not wanting to get past Danny just yet, just making the sensible option of going down the main straight, which I think everyone in the right mind would do. So let's see if Smoke can get the move on the Red Bull. Literally Danny clean struggling for traction going out the final corner, although Smoke gets a little bit of wobble as well. So Smoke, I think he should have more battery. He has 70% more battery, so this move should be fairly routine. Doesn't even have to use the overtake button to get past the stricken Red Bull. And then rest of mine goes up in all miss then as Smoke does get past Danny into P5, and the championship contender and his teammate SLR Bennett is right in his arms, if that's to say.
He is.
Yeah.
So what's going to help as well for Smoke there? He's got DRS. After getting the DRS on the main straight, he's got it again on that straight, so he's going to catch up to his teammate Bennett, and he might be within DRS range after the S's section. So he might be able to maybe overtake his teammate down the main straight. Obviously penalties is not going to help him out, but still 8 laps to go in the race. Anything could happen. We'll see the pole sitter get knocked out of the race. Oh, hang on. And Danny D. Danny D has gone off.
Yeah.
What's happened to Danny D?
I didn't see points. I think I guess
Pass.
yeah, he got caught in the curb last lap, but I think the curb a bit more harsher this time. And he is
Sorry to interrupt, Liam and Alan
sorry.
for P6 and P7. Liam getting up to P6 now, kicking past Alan, but Alan's going to get DRS back down on the main straight. But we are going to go back on board with LP Smoke, the championship leader. We could get past his teammate. He's just set a personal best fastest lap as LP Smoke. Smoke pulls to the right hand side of his teammate, and it's an easy pass for the championship leader, and that's going to help him in his championship. What would you say? Championship fight at the moment against his teammate, as Alan has got back past Liam. Barotto's just got past his teammate as well for P11, just outside the points playing positions. Modi without penalty could actually get some points today, which could help him out.
And also Danny has 20 seconds, so he's definitely going to jump him. So Otto looking good, unless Vapakut might say something about that. In the McLaren, he's going to dive down the inside, maybe scary now for May.
As well.
Also, yeah, I've just seen Clockers on there. Locks up the inside front, but they're keeping it clean. Clock down the inside, the double hander on those softs. As Danny, I believe, gets past Ellis in the main one, and Vapakut stays in P13. And if he overtakes Modi, that is one solitary point for Coop or Modi, depending on who. And Clock as well, I think, and Clock as I think Adrian might have a slight chance as well because he's on those first offs. So battle for the last point paying position will be very interesting. If this guy is going to stay.
Battle for P3 back between Smoke and Owen is now going to happen because Smoke on the fresh softs, 7-lap-old softs, Owen on 7-lap-old mediums. It should be a pretty easy pass for Smoke. He's going to go into P3. He started last with the championship leader. He's now into P3 on the road. He's driven fantastic so far, and definitely my driver of the day so far. I'm not sure about you.
I think it has to be. I don't think there's any other option if he can stay where he is or even improve on his position. He's got the same amount of penalties as Owen, so he is going to be P3 as it currently stands. Actually, there's going to be P4 at the moment because obviously Bennett being penalty free. Yeah, so that's pushing for the championship. That's something I must say. It's been the battle at the back.
Clock and Coop. Vapakut just really outbraked himself there and went straight into Clock, and it's now a three-way battle because Adrian has now joined this battle for P13. All I saw was Coop really outbraking himself. I'm not sure if he's got damage or not because that was a pretty hard hit against the Haas.
As Liam was on the penalty.
But Vapakut on the mediums, got a Clock on the softs, really helped him out there. But Coop did have quite a lot of understeer through there, so maybe he might have damage. Adrian's now going to have a look down the inside. But we're going to go back on board, maybe the battle for P3, because Owen's now going to have DRS on Smoke. So maybe a change for position for the top three again. Smoke's got a little bit of a battery to defend. Can Owen close up now? One man who is going to close up, though, we're going to go on board with actually, is Alan, past Liam. Let's go back on board for the battle for P3 though, because he is closing up, is Owen. But he hasn't got enough. He's going to have another load of DRS though to maybe catch up. But Smoke's got the better rubber, the soft compound tyre, to maybe get the better exit. We'll keep on board with this as they go into another hard braking zone. The other thing as well, Connor is closing up on elite risks as Smoke, a bit of a lock up there, but he's going to hold on to P3 for now.
Yep. I must say, Ben having penalties, that's going to defend the championship lead even more. Although, I must say, the other two people looking to close in the championship, elite risks and this like Connor having good days and P1 to him respectively. So this champ as LP Smoke picks on no penalty. So that's going to not what he wanted. So that's falling behind Owen as well. Because he now has 3 seconds more than Owen. So yeah, so the championship, if LP Smoke finishes the last out of the championship contenders, that's going to make the points gap very interesting towards the final stage of the season. As
straight, I don't think we've seen him lose to the top 5. So who are you seeing down the bottom?
Doesn't seem like it.
Preds is closing up on Liam actually. Liam has got DRS as well, but Preds has got a bigger of a better toe on the Red Bull. Can he close up? He doesn't. Oh, he hasn't got the battery to close up.
Also, I've just got past Ellis for P10. Sorry to interrupt there.
Last of the points playing position.
It's now P10. Yep.
Fantastic run from Otter as well. It is today. Let's have a look at the most positions gained. It has to be Smoke. He has 17 he has gained. Otter making his way back into P10. Preds has gained 9. To be fair to him. Started P17 up to P8 now. Moley started 18th, P12, but yeah, Smoke gaining the most positions, 17 so far for the championship leader. See why he is in the championship lead with a drive like this. He hasn't got many laps left to bring his Aston Martin home.
In the meanwhile, Adrian just got past Rappacourt, I believe, as he made the mistake. That will mean sort of course will get past as well. So it might have damage actually, like we alluded to earlier on. But as it stands,
Liam and Alan. Ooh, that was very close between Liam and Alan. Liam holding on behind Alan to get the DRS in the main straight, but he nearly went straight into the back of the Alpha Tower there. That was very close. The gap for P3 as well is now over a second. I'm not sure if Owen got DRS or not, but we're going to stay on board maybe with this battle. Alan's got a lot of battery. He's got 80% battery left to defend from Liam, but is he going to use that to defend against Liam? Because Liam is closing up rapidly here. He's got the tow, he's got the DRS. He's going to use a little bit of his battery as well. Alan's going to use his to defend. He's going to hold on to P6 in the meantime. Moley though, is going to close up on Ellis for P11. He's going to send it. He is going to send it from a long way back over to P11. Goes Moley. I think Clock and Adrian are having a nice little battle behind them.
Yes, they are.
They're side by side. This is a fantastic battle. Good racing from these two. The Alpine and the Haas going wheel to wheel for 13th position it may be, but it doesn't matter. Still fantastic racing between the two drivers. Adrian is going to win this battle between the two and up into 13th. Moley though looking to P11 just behind his teammate Bad Octa.
And currently scoring points as well for the Alfa Romeo team, which of course is my team. So very well done from Moley. And of course Otter will gain in position on Danny because of Danny's penalties. So Alfa Romeo boys doing quite well to cling on to the points here in Mexico. As I believe Alan and Liam for getting close up again.
They are. They definitely
P6.
are. The P6, yeah, like you said, P6. Liam was closing up there, but he's going to hold behind again because he wants that DRS on the main straight. That's what everyone's been wanting so far this race. Owen's also closing up to Smoke. We can stay on board with this thing.
Oh, Adrian's round.
Yeah,
I was just on board with him, and he tank slapper on the curb. As I think a lot of people were struggling with the curbs, and there's Adrian down into P15, and no chance of points unfortunately. As Ellis is going to try and re-overtake Moley, guys, the penalty situation is going to. Actually, he breaks early, and Moley keeps the position as it currently stands.
Yeah, it's P11 that is at the moment, last in points playing position, but again, could be points because of Danny D's large penalty. We'll see if Ellis is going to go for it round the outside. Is he going to go on the Alfa Romeo? He is. Moley looked to have backed out of that one very early. So Ellis now up into P11, but Moley, like I said, doesn't have any penalties, so he will still get the position anyway, with only a few laps remaining now. So we're getting to the end of this Grand Prix. Liam is closing up to Alan again for P6. He doesn't seem to have any problems following cars through this SS section at all. Just look how much speed he's got compared to the AlphaTauri. He's going to go up into P6 now. Is the Red Bull of SLR Liam. It's a good drive from Liam as well today. So big well done to Liam for getting P6 so far, and he could maybe be more with the penalties. Who knows? Yeah, good drive from Liam so far. Let's go back to maybe P3. Is Owen going to close up on Smoke, or can he hold on? Let's have a look at the gap.
Close. It was so close, struck me out of DRS. He was 1,000 second off in the detection point. So I'm getting quite lucky to get DRS there, but he doesn't. But those are the fine margins in racing. There's also P6 again.
Alan and Liam again.
Yeah. There's also Predators also catching up to this battle. In the meanwhile, was Moley and Ellis, should I say, battling for P11. Then Moley comes out on top.
President Liam.
On the slab.
Predators really closing up. For P7, he's not going to be close enough to go for a move though. I think the podium as it stands will be. Well, I think it will be Connor. Let's just have a quick look with the gaps and the penalties very quickly. I think it will be Connor, Elite Risk, sorry. Connor.
I was gonna say, yeah.
And completely forgot all about Elite Risk, sorry about that one. And Bennett, I believe. Danny D picks up another penalty as well, for good measure. Let's go back to the. Oh, what's that?
The flag.
I think
that's Otter.
It's Bad Otter. No, Bad Otter's lost his front wing. And Smoke has picked up another penalty as well. Bad Otter's lost his front wing. It was heartbreak for the Alfa Romeo boys because he was in the points. Moley is now promoted into the points, but he is now out of the points as Bad Otter. Elite Risk now starts the final lap of this Grand Prix and has led the majority of this race. And Owen has Smoke. Owen has gone for P3 and he has got P3.
Very well done by him. I think that's been P3 anyways, because of the less penalties, but good to get through P3 on track.
Now. And Liam, once again, is going to close up to Alan. He's going to go for a move. We've seen a few moves down in the down the pecking order as well. Is Liam going to be close enough to maybe go for a move on Alan? He isn't. But any other moves go down. Clock is going to close up on Ellis. He's got the battery. He's got the DRS. He's going to go down the inside of the Mercedes. He is. Can he hold on? He's gone a little bit deep. Ellis with the switchback. Can he hold it around the outside? No, he can't. That's going to be Clock up to P11 then. But let's go back to the front of the pack. Elite Riss has led the majority of this race. He's had the perfect strategy. We had a safety car which spiced up this race a little bit, but it hasn't stopped. Elite Riss, who's going to round the final corner now here in Mexico. We mentioned he hasn't won a race so far in this division. He's been very consistent. He's now going to win in Division 1 for Ferrari. And we're here in Mexico. Connor is going to get P2.
Well,
Owen is going to get P3. But he isn't, because Bennett is going to get P3 for Aston Martin. And that might put him in the lead of the championship as Smoke just drops to P7, 13 thousandths of a second behind SLR Allen, who gets P6 in the end. Liam P8, Moley gets P9 in the end, Ellis gets P10 for Mercedes, Rapicu gets P11, but Adrian gets P10 for Alpine because of penalty. You usually have a front wing, and he's got P10. So amazing from Adrian there. Ellis P11, Rapicu P12, SLR Morgan 13, Clock 14, Danny D 15, Ballotta unfortunately will be the last of the runners after losing his front wing on the previous lap. But what a drive from Smoke. Let's get the position changes up quickly. Preds as well up into P5.
Oh yeah, I think Preds this might be one that we consider for driver of the day.
So can we get your driver of the day vote in the chat then quickly? Because this is going to be a very close one between Preds and Smoke. Smoke did finish at P4 on the road, but P7 after penalties. But it is Elite Risk then that wins. Who do you think your driver of the day vote's going to go to?
Just because pure fact because of penalties, I think Predators deserves it. Getting knocked out in Q1, going up to P5, a storm performance. I think Predators deserves it, I'll be honest.
I have to agree with you. And I've just seen Sprightly put in the chat, get in Predators, mate. He's going to be happy for Preds as well. I'm going to have to vote Preds as well. The game has given it to Smoke for gaining the most positions, but I think I'm going to give it to Preds. Let's see what the chat think as well. Can we get the top 3 in the party as well then quickly, please?
I'll try my best, yes.
So, Elite Risk have started P2, wins the Mexico Grand Prix here in Division 1 for, I believe, his first win of the season. So that's really going to help him in the championship fight as well. SLR Connor's going to finish P2 in the end. Mystic Mac himself, after starting P3. SLR Bennett for Aston Martin is going to get P3. So that's going to put him in the lead of the championship, I believe, now. Owen Howe from McLaren P4. Preds P5, who I think is going to get driver of the day. SLR Allen P6. Smoke is going to finish P7 after penalties. Liam is going to finish 8th. Moley 9th. Adrian rounds out the points. Ellis P11. Vapid Coot is going to finish 12th with fastest lap, but doesn't get the point because he finished outside the top 10. Morgan 13th. Clock 14th. Danny D 15th. Ballotta 16th, and retirements were Sem after that crash, DBT Alfie, Mason Gammon, and DBT Paul. So the two Williams boys not having a great day. Is the top 3 in the party, and make sure to tick your box as well, please.
What a race that was.
What a race. Do you want to start off with who finished? It was Bennett that finished 3rd, wasn't it?
Yes. So, yeah, Bennett, good drive from you. Of course, one of the drivers keeping penalty free. Could you give a summary of how your race went and how you kept penalty free?
Oh, Bennett, sorry to butt in. We can't hear you on the stream. Make sure you have tick your box.
Damn.
Oh.
I don't know, will it work now?
We'll see. Well, I'll repeat the question. So, yeah, Ben, obviously you kept penalty free. Could you give a summary on how you kept penalty free and how you managed to clinch the podium at the end?
Well, I kept it lines and made sure that I did what the other guys didn't, and that won me the podium, I suppose.
Of course, due to your teammate struggles and the fact you got your podium, I do believe that is the championship lead for you. What is your strategy for the next couple of races to try and clinch that championship?
Try and finish ahead of everyone.
Exactly, mate. That's that's what I try to do as well. So yeah, congratulations on P3
Cheers,
and
mate.
a crucial result for the championship as well. So well done to you.
Lovely. Cheers, mate.
So let's move on to Connor then. Mystic Mac getting a podium again for Alpine. Can you talk us through that one?
Yeah, well, it was pretty uneventful for me, to be fair. Yeah, just had an alright quali. I can't really complain too much about the lap. And then just for the rest was really, Elite had a really, really quick start. So did Owen. They seemed to fly off the line. Me and Sam didn't get quite as good of a start, and then it was just a case of trying to. You had me and Sam's kind of behind Elite, but Elite had a bit of a gap, so we're just trying to close that gap really, and that was the whole race really was just trying to solve the Elite puzzle. And then obviously the safety car didn't come at a great time. And then yeah, it was still a good result. Second's fantastic. Can't really complain too much. But yeah, it was pretty uneventful to be honest, man.
Another thing as well, you did also outscore LP Smoke. You may be a little bit more behind in the championship than Bennett is, but do you still have your name in that championship fight for this season?
Yeah, 100%. I mean, I worked it out. It's 9 points a race. Unfortunately, Bennett is very. He got a few points today. So realistically, I needed to get 9 points a race on the Astons. This was 9 points on Smoke, but it wasn't 9 points on Bennett. If Bennett kind of, finishes that close to me every race, it's not going to be on. Hopefully he bins it one race. But nah, yeah, it's still on. I'm still going for it. But we'll see. I mean, there's 4 races left. So, in 2 races time, we'll see how interesting it is. But if Bennett keeps up the kind of performances like he did today, it's not going to be on. But, I think I still need a couple of fortunate results for that to happen.
Definitely a massive well done to you today, and we're going to move on to
Thank
race
you.
winner, elite race now. You have been one of the most consistent drivers this season, getting multiple podiums. But if my knowledge is right, you haven't got a race win, so I think this is your first victory of the season.
Yeah, that is my first win of the season.
So talk us through your race for us, and you led the majority of the race. So yeah, just talk us through it.
Well, yeah, I mean, I got a good start off the line. I was able to get past Sem on the straight, and then I think Owen got past Sem as well. So it was me and P1, Owen, P2, and I was able to get out of Owen's DRS, and then I was out of DRS of everyone behind me until the safety car, and then I got lucky with the safety car. They helped me with my strategy a lot more than Connor and Sem, and yeah, I mean, I felt comfortable in the mediums until the end. I was taking it really cautiously through the last few laps because I was one warning away from them for a penalty. But yeah, pretty happy with the win, to be honest.
You're another one in the championship as well. Currently P3 in the championship. Is your name? Do you think your name is also going to be thrown in that championship pot as well, with only 4 races to go?
Yeah. How many? Let me just check how many points I was behind leaders. I think
I
about
think
30.
you were 20 odd. Yeah, you were 20
Yeah,
odd. 20
yeah.
odd,
So
20
this is a really good result to help with the championship. So yeah, I mean, I can definitely win it. But Connor's pretty fast at the moment, so it's gonna be hard.
Definitely 4 races to go. This is anybody's championship. Massive thank you to everyone who joined us tonight for this Division 1 race. Sorry for the technical difficulties earlier on as well, but make sure to join us for the Division 2 race tomorrow at 6 p.m. We've got Division 3 tomorrow also at 9 p.m. Then we've got the McEwen Division race on Sunday at 8 p.m. So make sure to join us for all of them as well. Massive thank you to everyone who joined us tonight.